Hello students, here we will continue with the chapter respiration and circulation and the topic mechanism of respiration. We will continue here the internal respiration. Now in the internal respiration, first part I had explained you in my handwriting explanation, and here in this we will discuss about the what is content given in the textbook, and from textbook what you are supposed to write and learn. So here in the internal respiration in our textbook it is given about what you have to write. That part I am just make you to underline, mark, so you can write the note. You can make a note of this in short. So this is the internal respiration. You will be writing there are two main components are involved. That is the two main components of blood involved in the transportation of gases is RBC and plasma. And what the gases? Carbon dioxide and oxygen. This much you have to write. Now the very first is transportation of oxygen. Of total out of all oxygen, 3% is transported in the dissolved state in the plasma, and the remaining 97% is with the help of hemoglobin in the form of the hemoglobin present in the RBC. Next page. The hemoglobin, here you can see all these things you can omit over here. Directly you can write the equation. Hemoglobin combine with 4 molecules of oxygen and produce oxyhemoglobin. Then the oxyhemoglobin transported from the lungs to the tissue. Lungs से वो tissue को जाता है and where it dissociates, breakdown होता है and release oxygen. तो ये इतना लिखना है आपको. You have to write. Now the same equation you have to write in the reverse order. Now this much whatever I had explained yesterday about in the previous video about the oxygen dissociation curve, the characters are given over here. You can read this many. Okay, this box you can learn for yourself, and but in the long note you have to write the other thing. You have to write from here the relationship between the oxyhemoglobin saturation and oxygen tension, that is partial pressure of oxygen, is called the oxygen dissociation curve. Now this is the definition of oxygen dissociation curve. What is this? The relationship between the oxyhemoglobin saturation and partial pressure of oxygen is called oxygen dissociation curve. Now this curve, what is written? This oxygen dissociation curve it shifts towards the right due to what is the factors you have to write here by number 1 2 by making numbers. Number 1, concentration of H plus ion concentration. Number 2, partial pressure of oxygen. Number 3 is DPG, 2,3 diphosphoglycerate. The three elements make the oxygen dissociation curve move to the right, and we'll see in the graph that. Now what is this? There are two things are there you have to write in the transportation of oxygen, that is Bohr effect. Bohr effect is what? Oxyhemoglobin dissociation ज़्यादा होता है. कभी होता है? When the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is more. Now partial pressure of carbon dioxide कहाँ पे ज़्यादा होता है? It is always more in the tissue level. So tissue में जब partial pressure of carbon dioxide ज़्यादा होता है, that condition always lead to more dissociation of oxyhemoglobin. मतलब oxyhemoglobin का bond ज़्यादा टूटेगा in presence of more amount of carbon dioxide, more amount of partial pressure of carbon dioxide. That is called as Bohr effect. And Bohr effect इसको क्यों बोलते हैं? क्योंकि oxygen dissociation curve थोड़ा right में shift होता है because of more amount of partial pressure of carbon dioxide and more dissociation of oxyhemoglobin. Okay, same way Halden effect also we had discussed in the earlier video, where what is this? This bicarbonate form of carbon dioxide breaks down into water and carbon dioxide more in amount when the oxyhemoglobin quantity is more, मतलब partial pressure of oxygen is more, and when the partial pressure of oxygen is more, that will produce more quantity of oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin makes the that blood acidic slightly, and because of that acidic, lot of H plus ion will be released. That H plus ion will trigger breaking down of HCO3 and release these two components, and this takes place, Halden effect, this takes place always in the lungs, because lungs is having more partial pressure of oxygen, and so the release of carbon dioxide takes place over there. So there are two things, Bohr effect and Halden effect, you have to write. Now come to this paragraph is important, you have to write what is given over in alveoli, where alveoli में क्या होता है, पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ ऑक्सीजन ज़्यादा है एंड पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कम है, लंग्स के अंदर कम है, तो वहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन हीमोग्लोबिन के साथ बाइंड होता है. बट इन द टिश्यू में पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इज लेस एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज मोर. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ज़्यादा होने की वजह से ऑक्सीहीमोग्लोबिन फॉर्मेशन नहीं होता है, ऑक्सीहीमोग्लोबिन डिसोसिएशन होता है, मतलब हीमोग्लोबिन ऑक्सीजन को रिलीज करता है. ओके, ऑक्सीजन रिलीज इज द हीमोग्लोबिन इन द प्लेस ऑफ टिश्यू. ओके, एल्वियोलाई में पकड़ता है और टिश्यू में रिलीज करता है. क्यों रिलीज करता है टिश्यू लेवल में? बिकॉज partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the tissue is more. So this paragraph you have to mention very properly. Okay, now come to this Bohr effect. This is the oxygen, this is oxygen dissociation, oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve. Okay, ये कर्व का एक this side it is having partial pressure of oxygen x axis, and the other side is having y axis is having oxygen saturation, hemoglobin oxygen saturation. Now for the middle one you have to study this line over here, this graph, the sigmoid graph. This graph shows that partial pressure, that dissociation of oxyhemoglobin. यहाँ पे 100 है, यहाँ पे 100 है, ये लंग्स है. जैसे ही हम लोग नीचे की तरफ मूवमेंट करेंगे, दैट अमाउंट ऑफ सैचुरेशन ऑफ ऑक्सीहीमोग्लोबिन कम होते जाएगा एंड पार्शियल प्रेशर भी कम होते जाएगा. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस ओवर हियर, in case of more quantity of carbon dioxide, this is middle one is the normal carbon dioxide level, this is the normal thing it shows. But in case of high carbon dioxide, you can see high carbon dioxide, this curve, sigmoid curve, oxygen dissociation curve moves towards little right. Now what is it means? Here in one point you can see over here, in the middle of point you can see over here, this point is showing the tissue, body tissue, मतलब मसल में ये जगह पे जो मार्क किया है, that part is taking around 60% of oxygen. oxyhemoglobin in that tissue is having 60%. जो यहाँ पे 100% था, that is 100% was there in the lungs, but ये टिश्यू तक जब वो ब्लड आता है, that is having only 60% of ऑक्सीजन, ऑक्सीहीमोग्लोबिन. मतलब कितना खत्म हुआ है, हाउ मच द ऑक्सीहीमोग्लोबिन रिलीज ऑक्सीजन, अराउंड 100 minus 60 मतलब 40% ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इज रिलीज बाय दिस ऑक्सीहीमोग्लोबिन. मतलब 40% ऑक्सीहीमोग्लोबिन का डिसोसिएशन हुआ है. इट इज इन द नॉर्मल कंडीशन, बट इन द हाई कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कंडीशन, द सेम प्लेस, सेम टिश्यू, you can see over here, this tissue will draw like this, the tissue, same tissue is having only 40% of oxyhemoglobin content. मतलब जो 100 था वो same blood when it is coming to the same tissue in the condition of high carbon dioxide is having only 40% of oxyhemoglobin. 40% उसके पास अभी है, मतलब उसने कितना रिलीज किया, 60% रिलीज किया. नॉर्मल कंडीशन में 40% रिलीज किया था, एंड इन द हाई कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कंडीशन में 60% रिलीज किया है, ज़्यादा रिलीज करता है. ऑक्सीजन अमाउंट रिलीज विल बी मोर इन केस ऑफ this high carbon dioxide condition. Now so the sigmoid curve is shifting towards right. This moving shifting of the curve toward right is called as Bohr's effect. Bohr's effect. Thank you. We will discuss the next transport of carbon dioxide in very next video.